Island. Episode, Farming. Storyboard by Kim Seong-hun. A sunny day on Larva Island. Chuck lies on the sand, his eyes open and his tongue hanging out. He tries to grab at the drawings he made. He pretends to pull the drawings off the rock and put them in his mouth. Red searches the beach for food. Yellow looks under a leaf, then shakes his head. Booby, the blue-footed bird, flies overhead. He drops something. As it falls, Yellow imagines it's a sausage, and his eyes light up. Catch it. It lands, and the worms shake their heads. It's actually poop. Red buries it in the sand. Their stomachs growl, and they both fall over. Later, they wake up. Red opens his eyes and sees a tall object creating shade. Looking up, they see a stalk of corn. They eye the golden corn kernels, plump and juicy. In the archway of Castle Rock, Chuck licks the food drawings. He hears the worms' excitement and looks out onto the beach. He sees them eating from a single corn stalk. Chuck leaps onto it, kicking Red and Yellow off. He rips the corn cob from the stalk and eats hungrily. Red and Yellow charge toward him. Yellow turns green and lays his face in the sand as Chuck eats it all. Booby flies by, dropping another poop. Red and Yellow notice a piece of corn stuck in it. They look at each other, smiling, and hurry off. They pick up old bottle tops and scoop up the poop. They chase after Booby, catching his corn-filled poops. One drops down, knocking over Red. They keep chasing. Booby dances on the beach, and they collect more poop. Then Yellow pokes Booby's belly while he sleeps. Red stands behind him, catching multiple poops. Now in the jungle patch, Yellow tries to use an old fork to make a trench in the sand. He looses his grip and it flies through the air, hitting Crab. He changes into Crab's farmer and dives into the sand, chasing Yellow and leaving long trenches behind him. Red picks the corn kernels out of all the poop and puts them in the trenches. Next, the corn has been covered. Yellow has a mouthful of water and spins around, spitting it out like a sprinkler. Red uses the cap to pour more water onto the sand. A green sprout pokes through the sand. The worms high-five with their tongues. Booby lands on the beach and goes for a walk. He sees a yellow inflatable rubber ring with the face of a duck. His eyes widen and fill with stars. He walks over to it, dancing, then rubbing against it. Chuck has climbed up to the top of the archway and clings on, looking down at Booby. He drops down, trying to catch Booby. Red and Yellow water their corn cobs, now going to several feet high. Chuck doesn't notice and stops across it while chasing Booby. He squashes all the plants into the ground. Red and Yellow see all their hard work destroyed and rush over. They try to pull up a stem, but it falls back over. They cry with frustration. Chuck chases Booby. Booby flies up in the air and Chuck throws an old can at him. The can misses Booby and hurtles toward the water. Clara the seal jumps out and knocks it back onto the sand using her head. It hits a tree and lands on the beach. It has the warning symbol for being radioactive. As Chuck continues his chase, a slimy purple goo oozes out of the can and onto a squashed plant. It moves. Title, Larva Island. At night, Red and Yellow are in bed. Around them, plant stalks sprout from the sand. Red falls out of bed. A stalk grows fast and strong and slithers up to Chuck as he sleeps. He opens his eyes. Warning, Yellow farts and the shell lid blows open. His eyes widen as he sees enormous plant stems growing around the beach, looking like octopus tentacles. They grow all around him. A jumble of stems have twisted tight and wrapped around Red. Yellow jumps up, trying to pull Red free, but the stems are wound too tight. Along the beach, other stems have wrapped around two muds, Booby, the rubber duck, as well as Mango and Chuck, squeezing their bodies. Yellow looks up and sees an enormous stalk taller than Castle Rock. A giant corn cob at the top moves like a head and growls at him. It opens up like a giant mouth. The kernels look like sharp teeth. A stem winds around Yellow, squeezing. He turns green. The tip, shaped like a suction cup, tries to go into his eye. He puts it into his mouth and sucks on it, then turns back to Yellow until he is bigger than the monster corn. It growls at Yellow and he smacks him, knocking him to the ground. Monster corn slowly gets up and Yellow lunges at him, misses, and hits a rock, bouncing into the water. Monster corn spits kernels at Yellow. One gets wedged in his nose. They battle, Yellow using his tongue and Monster corn using its leaf arm. Yellow gets punched and flies backwards into the water. Then the stems reach out and grab him. They push his head under the water and Monster corn uses Yellow's butt as a drum. Yellow farts and it knocks Monster corn to the ground. Yellow pulls his head up, then grabs a whale with his giant tongue and flings him around, breaking all the stems holding him tight. Still holding Whale, Yellow rushes toward Monster corn. He spits out kernels and Whale catches them all in his mouth. Back in the beach, Yellow smacks Whale over Monster corn's head. Whale sprays, then Yellow whacks Monster corn using Whale like a baseball bat. Flies up into the air. Yellow tosses Whale back into the water, then grabs Monster corn, stuffing him into the steaming crater at the top of Castle Rock. The crater blows, and Monster corn is hurled into outer space. His teeth kernels burst into popcorn. Yellow watches from the beach. Yellow burps purple gas, then returns back to tiny worm size. All the plants and stems have died, releasing Mango, Red, and the others. A piece of popcorn falls onto the beach. Chuck looks up. More popcorn falls from the sky like rain.